You don't have to pay me. I'll just drink your liquor. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now. We're now getting to the bold part of the show. Please help me welcome the other side, the other cheek of my ass, Larry Dieli. Here he is, Larry.
Such an endearing term, the other side of my ass, yes. Wasn't Greg a tremendous? I mean, what? Yeah, what a memory, right? I need a crib sheet to remember my address. Jesus Christ. But I'm happy to be here. Happy. Actually, I'm happy to be anywhere above ground. At my age, I get nervous when I even have to park underground. And it's so much fun being up here. I told one of my friends, I said, I'm going to go out there, and he says, I'll bet you $20, $20 that you can't get up there for more than a minute without complaining. Only $20. Yeah. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Even though I had the accident, I was violently thrown off a horse. Can I tell you the story?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Here's the way it was. I live out in a rural part of town. They call it horse country. That's where the horses are smarter than the people. I mean, horses don't go get a job so they can feed the people. So, I'm out there, and I want to ride a horse. I'm not a horse rider, but I want to ride a horse. And I got on one. And I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even have the reins in my hands. And suddenly the horse takes off. And I'm clutching the saddle to hold on. Then the horse goes up. And I lose my grip and I get thrown off. And it could have been a lot worse hadn't somebody finally stopped that carousel. Thank you. Yeah. And I understood I wasn't paying attention. I know it was my responsibility, but the operator just said, okay, you got to pay for the damage. Next time, don't wear spurs. But I'm happy to be up here tonight. I'm happy to be up here because, believe it or not, I used to be really shy. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't say a word. And then one day when I was a kid, my mom called me into the kitchen. She said, sit down. Now, you got to start talking. And I thought she was just kidding. But I knew she was serious when she took off the duct tape. And then she said, you gotta express yourself. And she looked at my hands, and then she looked at my wrist, and she took off the handcuffs. Okay, that's a lie. She didn't take off the handcuffs. Child Protective Services did that. It's just one of those things. But you gotta learn, because you learn and you move on. Life has that way about here. And things happen in life that you gotta do. Last week I went to a funeral for a very close friend of mine, someone I hadn't seen for years. My sex life. Okay, it was a lie. There wasn't a funeral. There was no body of evidence to support that I actually had a sex life. Part of that is because I've never been married. I'm not a fan of marriage. I'll be right up front about that. Grew up in a household where my parents had a bad marriage. Now, it wasn't my opinion. It said so right there on the police report. And you knew right from the beginning, if you looked at the wedding pictures, it wasn't going to be a good marriage. My mom's ring girl was walking around carrying a sign, round one. Throughout the ceremony, the best man kept patching the cuts on my dad. So, not a good sign. But I don't blame that on the fact, from my shortcomings here in life. No, I just don't get along. I can't make that connection with today's women. I just can't. It's hard. Even when it's going good, it's not working out. Like the last date I was on, it was really going good. And we had a great time. She invites me up to her apartment. Things are getting hot and heavy. And she says to me, "Talk dirty to me." So I said, "Grease marks, dust bunnies, fingerprint smears." It was a long, cold drive that night. So it's just, you do these things and you try to make connections. Technology's actually stepped up and tried to help people of my generation. They come up with all these dating apps. Well, they have one for my generation. They call it carbon dating. Yeah, it doesn't measure your sexual activity so much as your radioactivity. Listen, I've gotten a light, and I'd like to leave you with one last thought here. You guys have been so kind and cheerful, and it's a point that, they tell you if you smile in life, the world will smile with you. I'm here to tell you, if you smile in a crowded elevator, they're going to know who farted. Thanks, guys, for everybody.